Someplace somewhere, a morbid condition exists that should require my giving you a complete once-over. How about it?
There's nothing wrong. Quit bothering me.
Let me take your pulse.
It isn't my pulse.
No, what then? Come on, tell the old family doctor.
It's a girl.
Oh, in love.
In trouble.
And I thought it was something serious. Don't be a fool. Certainly you can't get married. Give up your career when you're only halfway through school. Struggle along digging ditches or something, or feed her in a dump like this?
Well, others have started with less.
Oh, so love flowering in the slums. Why don't you give her a little thought? Do you think she's going to be happy if all her life she remembers under what conditions she became your wife?
But what are we going to do?
Telegram for Miss Christa.
Hold! Christa! You may read it. Ready?
My father, he wants to see me.
It's been a long time since you've seen your father, hasn't it, Christa?
Almost 2 years. But then Father's awfully busy. He's a very important man.
Well,
He'll only be in the city for a few minutes this afternoon while I change his train. Please, may I go, Hannah?
all right. Run along and have a nice visit.
Oh, thank you, Hannah.
Get the key from Kruger.
I will.
Take your baggage for the express. Wire ahead for accommodation.
Yes, of course.
Is everything satisfactory, Mr. Storm?
Quite.
And I'll pick up your mail.
Do it and don't talk so much about it. Didn't you send that wire to my daughter?
Yes, sir.
Have I changed so much, Father?
Why? Frankly, I hadn't anticipated meeting such a charming young lady.
Then you're not disappointed?
Of course not. Just a little shocked, that's all. You make me realize I'm getting old.
I don't mean to, Father.
How do you do, Miss Christa?
How do you do, Mr. Smallman?
How much time?
About 10 minutes, sir.
Can't we go someplace where it's quiet and talk?
Certainly. Be sure the luggage is put in the right compartment. Last time, some was misplaced.
Pretty good, sir.
Well, Christa, just time for a nice walk. Come.
Father, there's something I ought to tell you.
So?
I was so happy when I got your telegram, and I knew I was going to see you. Now I'm afraid, because I don't know how to tell you.
I know what's upset you. The school wired me all about it. It seems you failed your examinations. Now, don't be so worried about it. I wasn't even going to mention it. Oh, naturally, I was surprised when I first heard about it. I'd always been so proud of your school record. Now, let's not talk any more about it.
But, Father...
Not another word. Come on, cheer up. I'll tell you what. I'll buy you a present. I hardly know whether to buy you a bottle of perfume or a doll.
Doesn't matter. Anything.
Surely there's something in particular you want?
Yeah.
Good. What is it?
I want to go with you.
I'm sorry, Christa, but that's impossible.
No, it isn't. Lots of girls I know travel with their fathers.
Yes, but this is a business trip. I'll practically be living on trains the next 2 weeks.
I wouldn't mind that. There would be days and days on the train of just looking out windows, of talking, and really getting acquainted. Wouldn't that be rather nice? And funny, too. Father and daughter getting acquainted.
What about your school?
I've had so much school.
But not too much. You're young, my dear. There's plenty of time for travel. See here, the time's almost gone and we haven't bought that present. I have it, the very thing. The last time I bought you these, they buttoned up the sides. Half dozen. Now you feel better, don't you?
Yes, Father.
I knew it would fix things.
It's train time, sir.
Yes, I'll be right there. Now, there's nothing more I can do for you. Nothing at all.
No, Father.
But I'll be back before you know it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pardon, miss, but you forgot what you came for.
Such a good dancer. He has such a kind face.
I suppose he ought to know. Oh, I should have gone, not you. That was my place. Say, listen, how long will he be gone?
Just a few days.
I'll see him.
It won't do any good. Nothing's any good.
I wouldn't say that. He might help us. Oh, you mustn't worry so much about it, Christa.
No, I won't. And you, poor darling, don't you worry either.
No. No, of course not.
Guess I'd better go in now.
Yeah, I've got to be getting back myself.
Good night.
Good night.
You're late, Christa. You missed the party.
I was delayed.
Christa, what is the matter with you?
Nothing. Why do you keep asking me?
I'm sorry. All right, girls, hurry up.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none. How I recall my dear old mother putting me to bed. She tucked me in and said to her little sleepy head, "This little piggy was a bad little piggy who cried. Years have passed, but it's still my favorite part. I dream and pray someday I'll say to a cute little piggy of my own. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy has roasted. This little piggy has known. I recall my dear old mother putting me to bed. She tucked me in and said to her little sleepy head, this little piggy was a bad little piggy who cried all the way home. Years have passed and still my favorite part. I dream and pray someday to a cute little piggy of my own. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy
Hi, Christa. Hello, Christa. Hello.
baby. I had an awful dream.
Isn't her father stopping at the Excelsior?
Yes, that's what Christa said.
What are you getting off here for?
I want to walk.
I get it. Little exercise to warm up your cold feet, huh?
No such thing.
Well, I don't blame you. I'd stall for time, too.
It's early, that's all. He may not be finished with his breakfast.
Oh, what's the difference? Breakfast time is as good as any to be thrown out.
You still think I oughtn't to see him?
I think you ought to have your head examined.
Well, I don't know. No. It's the only decent thing to do.
Well, I've heard of Daniel in the lion's den, but at least he was thrown in. He didn't walk right in and say, "Lions, here I am," and, "Oh, here you are."
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is I admire your stupid courage. Good luck.
Aren't you going to wait?
Oh, no, not me. I got a 10 o'clock dissection. Besides, it always upsets me to see a friend of mine splattered all over the sidewalk. 5 floors, didn't you say? My. Well, I'll see you at the rooms later, I hope.
Yes? Who? Perrin?
Who is it?
Mr. David Perrin wants to see you, sir. A friend of Miss Christa.
All right.
You may come up.
Storm, you never had any children, did you?
No, sir.
And you can't imagine how I feel to suddenly discover that my little girl is a grown-up young lady. It was the greatest thrill of my life.
Oh.
Mr. Perrin?
Yes.
How do you do, Perrin? I'm glad to meet you. Christa has mentioned you now and then in her letters.
Oh,
Oh, come now. Not often enough for you to be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up a chair, please. You have some coffee?
No, thank you.
And you don't mind if I finish mine while you tell me what I can do for you?
Of course not.
Sit down.
Please, may I see you alone?
Well, now, this must be important. So, now.
I hardly know how to begin. I hardly know you, Mr. Storm.
Well, out with it.
I want to marry Christa.
Did you say you want to marry Christa?
Yes. That's it.
Oh, come now. Why, you can't be serious.
I am serious.
Very well. If you insist on my taking you seriously, would you mind telling me just who you are?
Oh, I'm David.
Yes, I know, but what do you do and all that?
Well, I'm a student at the university. I'm studying to become a chemist.
Chemist? One of those fellows with stains on his fingers and a squint?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Well, my father was a chemist, and his father before him.
Parents? Chemists? I never heard of them. What do they do?
Many things. Well, I mean, my father wrote a treatise that was read before the academy.
But I mean real things. Was he a success? Did he make money? I'm talking of making a living for himself and his family.
Scientists aren't overpaid, you know. You see, Mr. Storm, my father was content to spend his days in the laboratory. He was working some experiments to improve. I don't think you'd think they were very important. But my father did. He slaved for years. Then he died and left them for me to finish.
And left you nothing else, I'll warrant.
Oh, yes. His formulas. His work table, notes. I only hope he left me his ability.
All in all, a very substantial legacy, eh?
He didn't mind being poor. He had other things to think about.
And I suppose by the same reasoning you won't mind being poor. And you will expect my daughter to share your hand-to-mouth existence.
Somehow I thought you might understand.
Oh. Now we're coming to it, aren't we? Well, I do understand, fortunately. Why should you worry about being poor as long as her father's got a bank account?
I didn't come here to ask for your money. I didn't come here to be insulted either. I only came to tell you that Christa...
You tell me? Now, just a minute, young man. You won't tell me anything about my daughter's future. There, I'll do the telling. And my plans do not happen to include marriage to anyone just at present. Least of all, an impoverished dreamer I'd have to support the rest of my life.
You may find that there are some things even you can't control, Mr. Storm.
My daughter's happiness does not happen to be one of them. I've always managed to take very good care of that.
Are you finished, sir?
Quite.